This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Thursday, the 27th day of December in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Opposition leader Bara Jagdeo wants the coalition government to resign from office now and not continue being in office as if it's business as usual. Mr. Jagdeo made the comments late this afternoon after his party held an executive meeting.
And this government has lost a no confidence motion. The Constitution has provided the clear prescription. You resign upon losing it. They should have resigned by now.
So you're calling on the government to resign?
To resign now. Now, that is what 1066 is. It didn't say may resign, it said shall resign. 1066 of our Constitution says the government shall resign upon the passage of a no confidence motion.
Jagdeo also told reporters this afternoon that he has written to the Chief Justice about any move by the government to approach the courts to stay the hosting of elections. He wants his side to be heard also.
If the elections are not held in 90 days, then this government becomes unconstitutional. One day after that, the 90 days have expired, they become unconstitutional. We've made it clear that the international community will be informed of this. We've made it clear that any engagement with this government regarding disbursement of loans, grants, any contract concluded by the government in that period will be considered illegal. And any contract being considered in this period, the next 3 months, will be reviewed. Because we believe 1066 is quite clear of the Constitution. It says the government shall resign.
Meanwhile, the opposition leader also announced that his party is preparing for elections within 90 days and has started the process to find its presidential candidate. He said although he is already leaning towards one candidate who he did not name, the process will be done by secret ballot. More news coming up in just a moment.
Ready to ride it, ready to ride it, ride the way. Open up the new vibe, drink up the boldness inside. Radical and fresh and wild, catch the wave now. Ride bold, ride fresh, ride strong, come on, ride the wave. Taste the action, satisfaction, perfection.
Ride the new wave of excitement sweeping Guyana. Wave Pale Ale, a premium, full-bodied, strong and refreshing alcoholic brew, crafted to perfection for a bold, young, radical you. Don't settle for anything less. Catch a Wave Pale Ale and ride it today.
Wave Pale Ale.
Crafted to perfection.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
Welcome back. While the Guyana Bar Association has rubbished the opinion being put forward by prominent attorney Nigel Hughes that a no-confidence motion was not properly passed. In its statement, the association said last evening that it rejects the contention by the attorney as erroneous. The The Bar Association is headed by attorney Kamal Ramkaran. Mr. Hughes' position is that the Constitution speaks of a majority for the no confidence motion to be carried, but with 65 members, 33 does not really represent that majority. According to the attorney, half of 65 would be 32, and a half. But because there could be no such thing as a half member, in his opinion, it is moved to the closest number, which is 33 as that half. He said 34 votes would have been needed, in his view, for the motion to be carried by a majority.
What I'm saying is for the motion to carry, it needed 34 votes. How those 34 votes were acquired, you can guard it. Yeah, well, it would follow, obviously, that at least two persons would have to go. It would have to vote for the motion. So the persons who were proposing the motion would need half plus one, which is 34 votes. And what happened there, I think, is about 33-32.
However, the Bar Association said it has noted that the result of the vote has been accepted by the government and the president. The government, however, has since set up a cabinet subcommittee that will seek legal advice and opinions on the vote. But the Bar Association in its statement said national and regional elections are now constitutionally due no later than the 19th of March 2019. The Bar Council urges the results and consequences of the motion to be accepted and that urgent preparations for elections by the Election Commission be started. In response to the Bar Association's statement, Attorney Nigel Hughes in a Facebook post said he has taken note of the association's statement and it has not changed his opinion. He said they should look forward to a ruling by the appropriate court. The leader of the Alliance for Change, Raphael Trotman, has admitted that his party dropped the ball by not treating the no-confidence motion seriously enough and by failing to recognize that one of its own members could vote in favor of the motion. In a letter to party members, Mr. Trotman, who is also the Minister of Natural Resources and the former Speaker of the House, described Charandas Prasad's decision to vote along with the PPP as an attack on the government. He said that the unexpected events of December 21 have left the AFC shocked and hurt, and it is clear that the manner in which the monstrous plot was unleashed, it was intended to cause maximum damage to the government. Trotman said it is even worse for the AFC, which is a smaller partner in the coalition government with the APNU. He said the move by Charandas Prasad was well planned, timed, and executed. When Mr. Prasad initially voted yes, Trotman could be seen offering advice to Minister Walter Lawrence in a failed attempt to stop the voting. Prasad never budged from his yes vote and has been defending his position.
The work that I set out to do after I realized that I was so helpless and couldn't do anything for the people in Regions 5 and 6 and Guyana generally, I realized that I had to do something to take this government out. I need to do something for the government or with the government. That's what I did. I all the time had no say because you voted according to Jessica Levy, a parliamentarian in the House of Commons in England or Great Britain as we know it. In her writings, one of them said, when you're in Parliament and a bill is tabled, do you vote according to your conscience or do you vote along party lines? Well, in Guyana, and I'm sure like most other countries, if you vote along your party lines, you're good. You're the guy they want. But you're just a yes man.
Mr. Trotman said the no-confidence motion has been a wake-up call for the party long before it was even voted on, adding that the vote has made the concerns of the people even more acute. Still in the world of politics, a new political party has been formed and its founders are hoping to attract a wide cross-section of Guyanese as they push the issue of constitutional reform. The party, a new United Guyana, has brought together former PPP executive member and former Speaker Ralph Ramkaran, political scientist and former PPP government minister Dr. Henry Jeffrey, businessman Terence Campbell, and attorney Timothy Jonas. In a joint statement, the four men said they are four Guyanese concerned citizens who have been engaged in discussions on what they can do to assist in resolving the difficult problems of moving Guyana forward in harmony and for the benefit of all the people. Constitutional reform is expected to be a key issue for the new party. They have expressed their disappointment with the coalition government not being able to get constitutional reform going. While admitting that they are conscious of the history of third parties in Guyana, the founders said they would like to assure the nation that if the party does not secure a majority or plurality of votes at the elections, they will never join any coalition with the APNU-AFC or the PPP. Finally tonight, police in Quarantine Berbice are probing an accident that left a 20-year-old driver dead and his girlfriend seriously injured. The dead young man has been identified as Raoul Dripal Saul of number 51 Village Quarantine. The accident occurred yesterday morning. He was driving along the number 59 Village Public Road when he slammed into an old refrigerator that had been left on the roadway. The young driver reportedly lost control of his car and it toppled several times, only coming to a stop when it ended up in a drain. Persons in the area have since told investigators that a number of youths were seen the evening before throwing towels onto the roadway and placing the old fridge on the roadway also. Investigators have been to the scene and are continuing their probe this evening. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.